Make today iconic. Welcome back, guys. It's Upcome Sports, back with another realistic rebuild here on my channel. In this one, we're doing another Madden 19 rebuild. The Chicago Bears. Obviously, a blockbuster trade went down. Khalil Mack is now a Chicago Bear. I think the trade was 2 first-round picks, one in 2019, one 2020, a 4th-round pick, a 6th-round pick, and I think a 3rd-round pick from the Raiders. And the Bears do have to send back. Actually, the Raiders have to send back another pick. I'm not too sure on the full details, but it is going to take effect in Madden 19. So it'll have the right picks and the trade going down. But you guys saw the roster right there. This is the rotation for the first season. I'm not going to touch anything, as you guys know. I just want to see how this team is going to do. Mitchell Trubisky, obviously, is going to be our quarterback. They just drafted him, so I'm not going to really look for a replacement unless he does horrible, which I don't think he will. Khalil Mack, obviously, our defensive centerpiece. So after the first season, very surprising record, 9-7 for the Bears, 2nd in the division, but we did not make the playoffs. So we'll have to work on that. Our ultimate objective is not to win the Super Bowl, although if we can, then I will take it. Mitch Trubisky, 4,000 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Not too bad, 93 passer rating. Rushing, Jordan Howard, 900 yards. Tariq Cohen, about like 360. But Taylor Gabriel and Allen Robinson doing pretty good out there receiving. On the defense, Roquan Smith is going to be a beast for us. He does have superstar development, so him and Khalil Mack might develop. I'm not sure if I want to move Khalil Mack to left end, but if we can find another linebacker, then I will be doing that. And we were pretty good on offense. Defensively, though, we do need to get better. We're still pretty young, and our corners are not really that good, so we're about middle of the pack on defense. Yearly awards, MVP, Matt Ryan. Probably no one's going to be here for us. Coach of the year, yeah, nothing. So a pretty cool Super Bowl. The Rams against the Chargers in a battle of LA. And in free agency, there's not really too many good players here, so I'm just going to sign like a rotation corner here in Dre Kirkpatrick. And in the draft, we didn't have our first-round pick, so best player we got was a 74 overall, but good enough for this first season. And here's the roster for the second season. Khalil Mack is still our best player and our captain, but we're getting up there. We've got a lot of good defensive young players, so they're going to get up there to probably 85s, 86s, and surround Khalil Mack with some help. But in free agency, we're going to sign a strong safety rotation player. So here's the rotation for the second season. We're already up to an 83 overall from an 80 overall as a team. And Mitch Trubisky is not really progressing that well, but he did pretty well this season. So let's see what happens this season. So in the second season, we end up going 7-9 this time. 3rd in the division. I don't know how the Vikings only won 3 games, but we'll take it. We were about 21 on offense. Actually, 21 overall as a team in the NFL. 43 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, 13 interceptions for Mitch Trubisky. I will take that from him. He does not need to be a superstar in order to win. He just needs to not throw too many interceptions and be able to complete red zone drives. But the defensive end, Roquan Smith, obviously getting better. He actually earned 5 skill points in one season. That's insane. So obviously he's going to be a superstar for us. Team stats on offense, we were actually top 5 on offense. And on defense, we were not top 10. About middle of the pack on defense. So we'll have to keep progressing on defense. But let's check out the yearly awards. MVP went to Matt Ryan again, who didn't have a good game in real life as they lost to the Eagles. And the Jaguars are going to take down the Super Bowl champ, LA Rams. So we're actually going to end up trading Hicks here. He's already starting to regress. He's getting up there in age. We need a left outside linebacker, and we can move Khalil Mack to left end. So in free agency, we're going to sign some more corners and defensive backs, because really that's our weakest position right now, cornerback and free safety. Here, another safety rotation player, 78 overall, Sewell Cravens. He'll be good for us. In the draft, we didn't have our first round pick again. Obviously, the Oakland Raiders have it, but we were able to pick up a 78 overall middle linebacker in the second round who has quick development. So, actually normal development, but he'll still be pretty good for us. So, here's the roster. I did move Khalil Mack to left end. He is now a 99 overall. I think that's going to benefit us more than him playing linebacker. Obviously, we found a replacement for him at linebacker. So here's the rotation. I'm really liking this team. 84 overall now as a team, up from 83 last season. Mitch Trubisky's been really good for us. I like what he's doing. He's not that high of an overall, but let's see what happens. So in this season, we actually won the division at 8-8. As I was simming through this, I was like, there's no way we made the playoffs, and we actually end up winning the division. I don't know how, but it was a pretty close race the whole year. Mitch Trubisky, 4,000 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I'll take that from him. Not great, but not horrible. Our rushing is pretty solid too, and receiving pretty good. Blocking we don't really care about, but on the defensive side of the ball, we're obviously improving. I like where we're headed there. Obviously led by Khalil Mack and Roquan Smith. But offensively, we were about top 15 on offense and on defense. Hopefully we improve. We did improve. So we were top 10 on defense. And yearly awards, Le'Veon Bell winning MVP. Coach of the Year, Dan Quinn. And in the NFC wildcard round, we did take an L to the New Orleans Saints, who are a very good team. Not surprised by this, but it was a close game, 17-14. Our offense just couldn't generate one more play. They actually have Jameis Winston starting at quarterback. I don't know how they pulled that off, but obviously Drew Brees retired. Receiving, not too good from either team, so it was more of a ground game, I would say. And on the defensive side of the ball, you guys can check out that. And in the Super Bowl, the Falcons end up taking down the Steelers. In free agency, we're about to sign a right end, 91 overall, to pair up with Khalil Mack. This is going to be filthy on the defensive line. And obviously, corner is our greatest weakness, so we're going to go after Jordan Lewis here, 85 overall. Should be pretty solid for us if he signs. And I hate how Madden's regression system is so bad. Like, Taylor Gabriel is down to a 77 overall. We're going to trade him for a 4th round draft pick to the Ravens. And now we need a good receiver to pair up with Allen Robinson, so we're going to go after a scheme fit in, I'm not sure who that is. I think it's a created player, but he's a stud, so we have to lose a pick and a couple of players. In the draft, we're still working on the offensive line. 78 overall, left guard. We also took a right guard in the second round. So 81 overall middle linebacker we were able to draft as well. So in the 4th season, this is what the roster is looking like. Khalil Mack still a 99 overall. Roquan Smith now a 97 overall. That is huge. Having 2 guys like that on the team, especially on the defensive side of the ball, is going to be big for us. Hopefully we can get a top 5 defense. Here's the rotation for the 4th season. Mitch Trubisky's up to an 80 overall. And the defense is looking really spicy. We're an 87 overall now as a team, up from an 80 overall team at the start. So after the season, we win the division again, this time 10-6. I like that record a lot better than 8-8, but we were the 6th best team in the NFL. I'm liking that, probably because of the defense. Player stats, Mitch Trubisky, 4,200 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Very good season from him. Jordan Howard, he hasn't had a 1,000-yard rushing season since the first season, I think. But Anthony Miller actually leading us in receiving with 1,000 receiving yards. And Khalil Mack, 23 sacks on the season. Monster season from Khalil Mack. Tomlinson follows that up with 15 sacks of his own. Damn, that has to be a record or something. 23 sacks in the season from Khalil Mack. On offense, we were top 5. And on defense, we were about 7th on defense. So very good. We're good on both sides of the ball. That's going to be huge. Maybe we can win 2 or more playoff games. Mitch Trubisky actually in the race for MVP. And in the wildcard round, we were able to take down Washington, who I think have Alex Smith. I'm not sure on that. We'll check it out. Mitch Trubisky, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. They actually have Phillip Rivers. That's kind of funny, but he did throw 2 picks. Rushing, not too much going on there. Receiving, TJ Porter had a pretty good game. Nothing too big from anyone. Roquan Smith had a pretty good game on tackles. So did Khalil Mack. But we'll be moving on to the next game. So in the divisional round, we did not win. We lost to a very good Eagles team. They have a lot of 90 overalls, so we kept it close, which I do appreciate. But yeah, this team's just insane. They have a lot of 90s, and obviously Carson Wentz is a stud at quarterback. Rushing, Jay Ajayi, they also have, who is also a stud. Zach Ertz, obviously, they've got a lot of good pieces. Alshon Jeffrey. On defense, Jordan Hicks, Jalen Mills, Fletcher Cox. They still got all their pieces there in Philadelphia, so kind of a weird Super Bowl here. The Detroit Lions taking down the Miami Dolphins. So that's going to do it for this rebuild. I tried to do another season, but something went wrong with the game and it corrupted the data or something. So let me know what you guys thought of this rebuild. Let me know what you guys would have done differently. Let me know if it was realistic enough. And be ready for 2K19. Some video is going to come out next week, so make sure to subscribe for those.
Get to me, bring out the Brinks truck. I'm young, flying ice.